Don't do anything stupid till I get back.
How can I? You're taking all this stupid with you.
Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes have a bond that runs deep, a bond that predates the Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., and even the mantle of Captain America. When Steve handed the shield to Sam Wilson at the end of Avengers Endgame, I was wondering, why not Bucky? The Winter Soldier, who fought beside Steve, seemed like the natural choice. At the time I'm making this video, there are already reports on disastrous test screening of Captain America 4. According to former trade reporter Jeff Snyder, Marvel will soon begin reshoots on Anthony Mackie's first theatrical outing as the MCU's new Captain America. This is because the test screenings didn't go well. He further said that 3 sequences are being cut and that reshoots are being planned. And as Marvel has already pushed back the release to 2025, this seems to be true. I hope Marvel works on it and it turns out to be good when finally released. Today, I'm here to argue from a writing perspective why Bucky Barnes was more deserving of the shield and the title of Captain America, and why Sam Wilson's role feels misplaced in comparison.
Best friends since childhood. Bucky Barnes and Stephen Rogers were inseparable on both schoolyard and battlefield.
Bucky was there before Steve ever became Captain America. He's the one who watched Steve go from a scrawny kid to the symbol of hope during World War II. Steve never wanted power or recognition. He only wanted to do the right thing. Bucky understood this about Steve better than anyone. When Steve handed over the shield, the weight of that decision should have gone to someone who truly knew what it meant to bear that responsibility. Bucky's history with Steve isn't just a friendship, it's a shared legacy, and it makes sense that Bucky would be the one to carry on that legacy.
I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.
Because I'm with you to the end of the line.
In contrast, Sam's relationship with Steve lacks the depth and history that Steve shared with Bucky. They met during Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and their bond was primarily one of shared values, not a shared past. Sam may have been Steve's friend, but Bucky was family. It's a crucial distinction that should have weighed heavily on the decision of who would carry on Steve's legacy.
Your name is James Buchanan Barnes. Shut up! I'm not gonna fight you. You're my friend.
One of the most common counter-arguments I receive is that Sam Wilson becoming Captain America is faithful to the comics. Indeed, in Marvel Comics, Sam does take up the mantle of Captain America after Steve Rogers retires. But what many forget is that Bucky Barnes also became Captain America in the comics long before Sam did. In Captain America Reborn storyline from 2009, Bucky Barnes found himself filling a much bigger role as the new Captain America when Steve Rogers apparently died by an assassin's bullet on his way to a trial for the crimes he committed during Civil War. With a new costume and the old shield, Bucky Cap did his best to carry on the mantle, both as a solo hero and an Avenger. So even if they choose Bucky to carry the shield in the MCU, it still would have been faithful to the source material. They just had to follow a different comic storyline.
I'm James Bucky Barnes. I'm no longer the Winter Soldier.
Steve's determination to save Bucky from the clutches of Hydra's brainwashing was a central theme in The Winter Soldier, which in my opinion is the best MCU film so far. Bucky taking on the mantle of Captain America completes this redemptive arc. Steve wanted to show the world that people can change, that even someone with a dark past like Bucky could rise to become a symbol of hope. Bucky becoming Captain America would represent the ultimate redemption, from a weapon of destruction to the symbol of freedom and justice. Sam's arc doesn't carry the same weight of redemption. Sam has always been a hero. He's never had to claw his way back from the depths of despair like Bucky has. The role of Captain America is more than just about being a good man. It's about showing the world that anyone can rise above their past and become something better. Bucky's journey is the very embodiment of that. Bucky carrying the shield would have symbolized the full circle of Steve's faith in his friend. A man who had been a soldier, a hero, a weapon, and ultimately a person who chose to fight for redemption.
You want to go overseas? Kill some nuts?
I don't want to kill anyone.
But you didn't answer my question. Do you want to kill?
I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from.
This is one of Steve Rogers' defining lines in the first Avenger, where he explains his approach to wielding power and responsibility. He understands the power that comes with the shield, but also the burden. Bucky knows this weight intimately as well. He's seen the destruction that unchecked power can bring, both in his own hands as the Winter Soldier and in others. Bucky knows the cost of violence, the impact of being used as a tool of war. The shield represents something far more than just America's might. It's a symbol of moral responsibility. Steve was the perfect Captain America because he never abused that power. Bucky's experiences with the shield, seeing Steve wield it with compassion and restraint, make him uniquely qualified to understand what it means to carry that weight. In The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there's a moment where Bucky reveals how much he feels burdened by the past and his identity as the Winter Soldier. During his therapy sessions, he struggles with guilt over his violent actions while under Hydra's control, and he admits to Sam that he has been making amends.
I've been making amends.
This shows how deeply Bucky is trying to make peace with his past and redeem himself. But it's Bucky's conversation with Sam in episode 5 that truly highlights why he should have been considered for the shield. He tells Sam,
When Steve told me what he was planning, what it felt like for a black man to be handed the shield, I don't think either of us really understood. How could we?
this confession is powerful because it shows Bucky's willingness to understand a perspective outside his own, something he wasn't capable of before due to his trauma.
I'm not gonna fight you. Shut up! You're my friend.
One of the defining characteristics of Captain America is that Steve Rogers was a super soldier. His strength wasn't just physical, it was moral, but the serum gave him the tools to act on that strength. Bucky shares this legacy with Steve, as he too was enhanced by the serum, which makes him more than capable of carrying the shield physically. Sam Wilson, while a capable fighter with the help of his Falcon suit, doesn't have the super soldier serum. This isn't to diminish Sam's abilities, but there's something significant about Captain America's physical prowess being a product of the serum. Having Bucky as Captain America would also maintain the continuity of the super soldier legacy, whereas giving the shield to Sam represents a break from that tradition.
I had a little calm in Wakanda, and other than that, I just went from one fight to another for 90 years.
Bucky's trauma is a crucial part of his character. His life has been one long struggle for survival and redemption. He's never truly had peace. His line in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier reflects the pain of a life constantly at war, either as a soldier or as a brainwashed assassin. Despite all this, Bucky continues to fight, not for himself, but for others. This ongoing battle with his inner demons makes Bucky uniquely suited to carry the shield because he understands, perhaps better than anyone, what it means to fight for something bigger than himself. The mantle of Captain America isn't just about being a hero. It's about carrying the weight of responsibility and the burden of the past. Bucky has already shown time and again that he's willing to carry that burden. For Sam, his struggles are more external, fighting for justice, against systemic oppression, and for his country. These are important, but they don't have the same personal weight as Bucky's internal redemption. Being Captain America is about more than being good. It's about bearing the emotional and moral weight of the world, and no one is more familiar with that than Bucky. Bucky Barnes should have been the next Captain America, not just because of his shared history with Steve Rogers, but because his story is the perfect continuation of the legacy that Captain America represents. He understands the weight of the shield, the struggle for redemption, and the burden of responsibility that comes with being a symbol for hope. What do you think? Is choosing Sam Wilson as the new Captain America is the good choice? Tell me in the comments. Please subscribe to stay updated for next videos.